to minor engine problems. A Qantas Link flight to Canberra was turned around due to an issue with the plane's wing flaps. There have now been 4 mid-air issues for Qantas in 3 days. Woolworths is shutting most of its 300 in-store butchers, leaving 489 workers without jobs. They'll be closed by the end of March. The supermarket giant says shoppers are turning to pre-packaged meats, with the in-store butchers accounting for only 4% of sales. Barry Urquhart from Marketing Focus says it's a win for their competitors.
They haven't really thought through the consequential circumstances. They will be large, widespread and ongoing, and I think that there's going to be a lot of people say, why is it that there's 50 remaining? Well, perhaps the stores remaining had some sort of exposure where the consumers were able to talk to, interact and buy from their own special personalised butcher.
David Crosby is being remembered for shaping the sound of 60s music after his death at the age of 81. The founding member of the Byrds and Crosby, Stills and Nash, later Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, succumbed to illness. Brian Wilson from the Beach Boys among those paying tribute. Now turning to FIVEAA Sport. Pello Bilbao, riding for Bahrain Victorious, has won Stage 3 of the Men's Santos Tour Down Under, which started at Norwood and wound up in Campbelltown this afternoon after taking in the Adelaide Hills. Simon Yates from Jayco Alula came second, and Jay Vine was third for UAE Team Emirates. Tomorrow's 4th stage, over 133.2 kilometres, will get underway at Wollonga and wind up in the Wollonga Township tomorrow afternoon. Greek sensation Stefanos Tsitsipas has advanced through the 4th round of the Australian Open. To cricket, and the Adelaide Strikers have won the toss and elected to bat in their BBL clash against the Perth Scorchers at Adelaide Oval this afternoon. And they are no wicket for 1 in the first over. And Adelaide United host Macarthur FC in the A-League tonight. Now checking FIVEAA traffic.
At Plimpton Park, urgent roadworks, Marion Road near Crossroads, seeing solid delays at the moment. O'Halloran Hill, another smash on the Southern Expressway near Marion Road. Well, in the city, road closures around Victoria Square. That's for the tour down under. Today the tour is up and through the hills around Labourthal, Cudley Creek and Gorge Road. Cameras, Stanley Street, Leabrook and the Parade at McGill. Moving home? Don't do it alone. For every stage of life, Storage King has hassle-free storage solutions. Store before the end of Feb and get 1 month storage free. Search Storage King. Conditions apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on FIVEAA.
Now the FIVEAA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Mostly sunny again tomorrow, a top of 29. Mostly sunny on Sunday, 31. And then partly cloudy, 32 on Monday. Currently, 24. Now let's see what's happening on 9 News tonight.
All the gear, but no idea. We have vision of what could be Adelaide's dumbest crooks. South Australia's billion-dollar visitor boom. The Hollywood movie star facing manslaughter charges. Plant-based meat substitutes. We reveal their real nutritional value. And the marathon tennis match that's rewritten the record books. I'm Brett Haranglis. See the full story on 9 News tonight at 6.
The FIVEAA Sports Show. Rowey and Timmy G.
4 minutes after 4. Good afternoon to you wherever you are across Adelaide, because we are live in Victoria Square, the heart of Adelaide, the heartbeat right now, with the tour down under absolutely flying. We are in the TDU Village. The festivities are absolutely brilliant as I welcome Rowey and Timmy G. What a great afternoon.
Thank you, Sam. Yep, we're live at the TDU Village. There's people, there's cyclists everywhere. It is a great family atmosphere, I must say. Here's the thing, it is free. The entertainment, there's BMX bandits doing backflips, front flips into the mat. I'm going to do that later on, Timmy. Food, beverage, a cycling expo. Make sure you come down in the next 2 days. As I say, welcome to Timmy.
Rowey, I'm super impressed.
Isn't it great?
Super impressed. This is an amazing setup. I really love what they've done with Vic Square now, and it allows itself to almost have that Fed Square atmosphere that you were
exactly
wanting and talking about. I think this is really good because it's sort of sunken in there, so you get an atmosphere that you're in a little cauldron on its own, and I love it. They've got a stage, we've got the band just starting to play. Like you said, we've got the BMX blokes doing all sorts of tricks here.
I'm going to have a crack in the next break.
It's only 4 o'clock and we're here.
Yeah, I get that. Now, as you know, Timmy, you pulled out because you're basically an invalid.
Yep, correct.
Your back couldn't handle the pressure.
Yep, no.
Alarm was set at 4:15. I was at Nord Oval at 5:30. I was on the start line at 6. There were over 3,000 riders. That challenge is superb. If you're a cyclist, please make sure you book and do it next year. It was great. I couldn't do the whole 89 finish up corkscrew because I had commitments today. This show being one of them.
Yeah.
I got a text from Oz Timing at 1:46 p.m, 2:20 p.m, 3:15. Walking here at 3:30. I got a call from Oz Timing
because you were MIA.
Hi, Stephen Rowe. We noticed you haven't crossed the finish line of the TDU Challenge. Please reply in TDU Challenge. Please reply in regards to your status from TDU support. I replied back, DNF. Did not finish. But what a great service that is. Because I could have gone off the cliff at Corkscrew. Anything. I could have run over a koala. Anything could have happened to me.
I do believe there were people waiting for you there. But
was there?
Yeah, but you didn't make it.
Well, to all the listeners, thank you for showing support. And for those that did, and you did the challenge, give us a call, 822 300 00.
What a tough leg.
Oh.
And I know that Stuart O'Grady said to us...
We'll speak to him later.
We spoke to him... before Christmas, he said, well, they wanted it a bit more challenging, so I made it that way. How more challenging could you get than the corkscrew?
Well, about 20 minutes into the ride, because you started on the parade, you were halfway up Norton Summit, and that's a fair climb, and then you had to finish at the corkscrew. And then in between, it was undulating.
He's a cruel man.
He's a cruel man. We'll speak to him later in the show. Hey, let's talk tennis. I loved Aussie Alexei Poprin's contest last night. He won his second 5-setter in a row. Have a listen to the kid's emotion.
I won as many matches this month as I have, and I won all of last year on the tour. So for me, it was really emotional just to come through that match and have the crowd shouting your name, and I'll never forget it.
I mean, that is... don't you love that?
I was pumped. You know what I was really pumped for? The way he talked up De Minaur coming after him. He just said, stay here, guys. Get him over the line. You know, Alex is going to love it. You know, it was fantastic. And I thought support for an Aussie teammate is awesome like that in tennis, where, you know, it's an individual game. I thought it was awesome.
What I'm loving, and I don't know whether it's more so this year than previous years, but the patriotism of the crowd.
Yeah.
How many Aussie flags are you seeing in the crowd? How many people are chanting? And, you know, it's not just the... who is that group, the Fanatics, that go around?
Yes, that's right, the Fanatics.
Yeah, yeah. Well, there's 20 different groups of the Fanatics.
Correct, which is great. And it does bring about a great atmosphere. All I will say is at times, when you're told to be quiet, be quiet.
Yeah, that's
true.
I
reckon it probably cost Tanasi a big moment in his game.
Well, let's do that. Thanasi Kokonakis was 2 sets up and 2-0 up.
Yep.
He was on serve in the third, and then this happened.
He's right.
What is that? You cannot call that. I'm waiting for a call out. I was there, I waited. He said something, I go again. You're just saying that because you felt bad about him. That's 100%. You're not waiting for I'm waiting for him to stop talking. What do I do with that? You're wrong. You're wrong again.
Well, from that point on, he lost 7-6, 6-3, 7-5 to Sir Andrew Barron Murray, OBE. That was a massive turning point.
Oh, it was. Look, it was, for mine, it was unnecessary. He was almost in the action of serving when the time violation got called, and that's why he went so ballistic. And he was actually waiting for the bloke to stop yelling out. And that's what I say about the crowd. Yes,
but he was in the serving position. He was in the position.
Oh, absolutely. And look, you heard Darren Cole on the commentary. He said, look, he's right. The thing that Darren followed up with was, he's got to get his head back in the game. He's got to forget this. Yes. He's got to get back in the game.
Yeah.
I don't think he actually did recover. I don't think the composure ever returned. And therefore, up against the really good players we know in Andy Murray, a lot of experience, he was able to finish the game. And I reckon it's one of those things that's going to burn in his stomach for a while now.
Oh. We're asking on the back of that, moments that turn matches. 822 300 00. We've got a $50 Powers voucher. I'll start.
Okay.
How about that? My number one is this. Yep. South African Herschel Gibbs dropping at the time the 1999 World Cup. Have a listen.
That's how she's got it. He dropped it. I don't believe it. That's unbelievable. He was throwing it up. He thought he had it. It was a little lollipop. And the man who did so well with the bat has taken his eye off the ball, and the ball has just dribbled out of his fingers. He was about to throw it up.
So Steve Waugh dropped on 56. He went on to make 120 not out. They win that game. They probably go on to win the World Cup. We did. and
Yes.
Steve Waugh with 120. Now, that is a moment that turned a match.
Oh,
Timmy.
absolutely. And Steve Ward still, to this day, denies that he went up to him and said, "You just dropped the World Cup."
He just dropped the World Cup.
But if he didn't say it, I'm disappointed.
Oh, he would have said it.
Oh, mate, I reckon he said it every day of the week. And what a statement to make. And they did go on to win that World Cup, which was awesome. But, look, I reckon there's been so many moments in sport where something happened and the whole moment turned. And I reckon one of the great ones, and we love our showdowns here now in Adelaide.
Oh, don't go there.
Well, I'm going to have to, because it was the last one at Football Park as we knew it, or Amy Stadium, and it was a battle that looked like it was over. Crows have got a pretty comfortable lead, and then this man produced a miracle.
Trengove needs to get a nice bounce. He got a good bounce. Plays on quickly. Now it's one-on-one up there. One-on-one inside the forward 50. Oh, a slip over here. Monfries on his left. Can he kick a goal? Swings it back.
Get in there.
An amazing moment.
I called that game with Wilds. I cried.
David Wild outstanding, but you can hear Chris McDermott laughing. He just thought it was so comical. Yeah. And then you got
Joshy Franco.
Going, Get in there. One of the great lines, I reckon, in commentary.
Well, this must be set up for you, Timmy, because you told me to do this one.
Oh, you liar.
No, you did.
I can't believe you brought this up.
1996 prelim final, Nord v Port. The legs up all day. You played in it, I played in it. 10 seconds on the clock. The great S. Hodges. He gets a free, dubious free.
Oh, that's
50 out on
Sam,
the left-hand
you're an independent.
flank.
What did you think?
Didn't look like one.
Dubious. Dubious.
Mud in your eyes.
I love Scotty, and he'd be listening. He was kicking into a howling left to right westerly, and then this.
They've still got some space. Hodges still plays on. It's a free. Wow.
We're 29 minutes gone, and the breeze is going left to right. This is one of the toughest kicks ever.
He's a long way out. He hits it. And he's kicked it, I think. Hodges kicks it.
I don't believe it.
Port Adelaide, you are miracle workers.
That is unbelievable.
That is one of the most difficult shots for goal you could ever imagine. The breeze is going strongly from left to right. He's had to thread that through the eye of a needle.
A great call again.
Oh, yeah.
And how many games did that great man, win off his own boot?
Oh.
You went on to win the grand final against Centrals. That was one that got away from us. But
It
there'd
just
only be
did
one
deviate.
bloke that I've ever played with or watched play that could have kicked that kick.
Oh, he's a miracle worker.
He swung it right to left as a right footer into a left to right breeze, and it went through post height.
Once he smacked it, and it was interesting because he'd missed
The minute he kicked it.
Yeah, he missed a couple earlier, and there was, you sort of thought, well, this is a difficult one. So, as captain,
whatever.
I said, I was setting up the zone, right, to hold the ball in, from the kick out.
Yeah.
So I'm going, set up, and he hit it, and I went, into the middle, let's go.
So we're asking for moments that turn matches. 8223 We got the $50 Powers voucher. It's on the back of Thanasi Kokonakis.
Just a bad call,
in
wasn't
the
it?
most unlosable position, into the chair umpire with a shocker.
Yep.
You clown. Have your say.
We'd love to get on the dog and bone and hear from you. Xavier Dersman's going to join us on the show today. Carl Viet ahead of tonight's really important game for the Reds. Mark Woodford over in Melbourne, day 5 of the Australian Open. Lots happening with our Aussies. We've got tickets to the 36ers to give away tomorrow night against Melbourne United, and lots of your calls. 8223 0000. We're here live at the TDU Village in Vic Square. Come say hello.
Rowey and Timmy G on the FIVEAA Sports Show.
At Terrain Tamer, we've tried to take all the hard work out of four-wheel driving, so you can be an expert as well as an enthusiast. Our parts interpreters talk fluent four-wheel drive because we're talking with 40 years' experience. We've got all the four-wheel drive parts and accessories that you'll ever need, so you can toss them in the back for cheap insurance. When you're miles from the closest mechanic, you'll appreciate that advice. Terrain Tamer, we talk fluent four-wheel drive.
Hey, you in the car. If your next service is due, just remember that Mawson Lakes Mazda has your back. We'll take care of you with next day servicing, complimentary loan car, vacuum and wash, and your breakfast or lunch is on us. Your car gets the love too, with our state-of-the-art service centre brimming with top-trained mechanics. At Mawson Lakes Mazda, we'll look after your car and look after you. Mawson Lakes Mazda, just a short drive from the city.
How do you talk about retirement living with a little extra care? It's a conversation with loved ones that can be hard to have, but it can bring you closer. FIVEAA are here to help by taking you through the care and support available. From assisted living options to suit different care needs to guidance on home care packages that make life a little easier. They can help you find the right fit. Care to talk retirement living care options? Call FIVEAA on 13 28 36 or search FIVEAA Care to Talk.
Rowey, big name in real estate, but also the biggest name in business broking. What makes us big? Our people, like Brett Buckley and his team. MBA, lecturer, and multi-time SA Business Broker of the Year. Brett doesn't just read a P&L, he feels it. If you're selling or expanding your business, Brett can take your business apart and find you more money. And we're not talking small change. Go on, touch base with Brett. Search Rowey Business Sales SA.
G'day, it's Baz from FIVEAA Milk Company. South Australian dairy farmers are doing it tough right now, but at FIVEAA Milk we always look after our own, and you can too. When you reach for milk, reach for FIVEAA Milk and help support our hard-working South Australian dairy farmers and their families. Because right now, they need our help. 3 words make all the difference. FIVEAA Milk Company. South Australian first and proud of it.
Have your rent and electricity bills gone through the roof? Hot water is one of the most expensive parts of your electricity bill, but EcoVantage could help. If your rent is below $400 per week, your home might qualify for a free EcoVantage heat pump. Ask your landlord to request a free changeover today. Keep your bills down and your landlord gets a free hot water service. Win-win. Hit up your landlord and ask for EcoVantage today. ecovantage.com.au. T's and C's apply.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
18 minutes after 4, we are live in Victoria Square for this afternoon's show for the Santos Tour Down Under Village. It's a wonderful facility, and look at the people, loads of them out on a beautiful sunny Friday afternoon. We'd love to see you down here. We're going to speak to Xavier Dersman from Port Adelaide very shortly and taking your calls on moments that turned sporting matches. There was one last night with the Nasi Kokonakis, and we'd love to hear some others in other sports. Before we do any of that, though, let's check your roads.
At Plimpton Park, urgent roadworks, Marion Road near Crossroad. Got solid delays there at the moment. Bedford Park, emergency works on the Southern Expressway are still continuing. It's near Flinders Drive, speeds reduced and 2 lanes out of action. In the city, road closed around Victoria Square. That's for the Tour Down Under. Cycling up and through the hills today around Lobethal, Cuddly Creek and Gorge Road. And look out for cameras south to us in the city and Rundle Street at Kent Town. Get your family school ready with Optus. Choose from their range of first phones, best for learning devices and more. Great value starts with Yes. Visit an Optus store today. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Well, we're asking for moments that turn matches. 822 300 We have got lines available. We've got that $50 Pals voucher to give away. Let's go straight to our callers. Let's go to Morphettvale. Hello, Lauren.
Oh, hello. Look, I just wanted to say, I know Tim usually watches. Did you watch it right through last night, Tim? Did you watch the whole match?
Agony, Lauren. I was in agony.
Oh, wasn't it?
Oh, it's just so disappointing.
He really had him, and
Yes.
I thought in that third quarter he was going to win. But you're right, that turning point, and that was a bad decision by that umpire because we heard what the guys were doing in the back of them. They were calling that continually,
Correct.
which is off-putting, and also they called a few times during the serving, so between the first and second serve. And it's so frustrating. If the umpires would just quell that and get on top of it quickly, and poor I honestly, Canasi, he's a great player, but gee, what is Darren Caldo doing these days? What's his job these days?
He's actually taken on the job of Yannick Sinner. He's coaching, who won today, lost the first 2 sets and then won the next 3. So, yeah, he's coaching him, unfortunately.
Good on you, Laurie. Keep the calls coming in. Let's go to Bernie. Hello, Bernie.
G'day, boys. Now, I can't remember which grand final this was, but it was a Geelong Hawthorn grand final, and it was the moment when you knew that Hawthorn were going to win the grand final. Sturioli beat 3 Geelong players off the wing and got a turnover on the ball, holding the ball Geelong. And right there and then, you knew that was going to be Hawthorn's day.
Yeah, I reckon. Didn't he win the Norm Smith?
Yep. He had a record day.
It was. I think he had about 15 touches and was clearly best on ground. It was value for touches. Amazing game.
Good on you, Bernie. Let's go to Winvale. Hello, Rog.
How you going, dudes?
All right, mate.
Right, we're going to go back in time when Fraser Garrick kicked his 100 goals at Footy Park.
Oh, you're dead right, Rog. It
100%.
completely changed momentum. They were killing Port Adelaide.
It all turned around.
Yeah, you're dead right. I reckon we got Pat on the Foodland text line said the exact same thing. It was a mega moment, said Pat, and I agree because they had all the momentum. And Roger James was hanging on for dear life. He was the only bloke touching the footy for Port. And it just turned the whole game with all the people invading the ground. They had to hold it off. There was 10-minute delay. But by the time we got back, Port could catch their breath and reset.
Straight into a grand final and won. Hello, Dave.
There was a moment early in the 2007 grand final where the umpire held his ball up, blew his whistle, they bounced it, and from then on things really got ugly.
And this is coming from David Alberton, mate.
Dave, that's a $50 Powers voucher right there.
Classic.
Well Good on you, Dave. Hey, just talking about Andy Murray, at 3:30 a.m. in the morning, he couldn't take a whiz, could he?
Oh, what about?
He had this to say about the rules, and I'm with him. Have a listen.
It's the joke. It is the joke. And you know it as well. It's disrespectful. It's disrespectful to you. It's disrespectful to the ball children. It's disrespectful to the players. And we're not allowed to go to the toilet. Ridiculous.
Why wasn't he? He's Sir Andrew Barron Murray, OBE.
He's not.
What's with Poms talking about their Todger? First with Harry.
Well, I know,
now,
but...
I mean, come on.
Get back to the point in hand. Why can't he go to the toilet?
Well, I don't know.
If you've got to go to... I hope that rule's not in place here.
Well, it might be.
Because I will need to pop over one of those portaloos after having this long black, without a doubt, because you can't stop Mother Nature.
No.
You've got to go. You've got to go.
You can't hold back the tide.
That's almost like... archaic.
Yeah.
Saying you can't go to the toilet, please.
Human rights.
Yeah. Oh, human rights. We're going to march onto Melbourne Park and just complain.
Yeah. Okay, keep the calls coming in. We're looking for momentum shifts. Moments that turn matches. 822 300 We are live at the TDU Village. This is family fun entertainment. You can hear the entertainment in the background.
That's awesome.
At 5 o'clock, get down to the TDU because the BMX Bandits, if you want to call them, are performing in front of us. They do about a 50-metre sprint. They go up a ramp that's about 3 metres high, and they land into a cushion. They're doing backflips, somersaults, forward salts, everything. I'm going to give it a crack at the 5 o'clock. No, I am, Timmy.
No, you've done enough today.
Uh-ohs.
You've done enough. You've packed up.
Do you want to see me do it or not?
No way.
I think that would be entertainment personified.
Well, it's one of those events that you can only do once. And then it's all over.
Oh, boy, wow.
You've got to move house this weekend, remember? So you've got to be able to move.
Well, I'm homeless at the moment.
You are, actually.
Homeless.
As of tomorrow, you will be.
Homeless.
No, I'm not seeing a score,
now,
am I?
Just before we go to the break, I'm seeing a score in front of me. The Strikers are live at the Adelaide Oval. They've won the toss and elected to bat. And by the reaction you can hear, after 5 overs, our Strikers are 4 for 27.
I cannot believe
they are imploding.
This is Adelaide Oval.
This is Travis Head out for 9. Matt Short, our big star at the opening position, out for a duck, 4th ball. Thomas Kelly out for 9.
Oh, is he the night watchman?
Another single-digit score for him. And Alex Carey, a 5-ball 1.
Oh, no, please. No. This is a disaster.
So
what's happened with our mighty Strikers?
They're not playing finals, are they?
No.
No, and you know what? They're up against probably the best team in the comp.
They are.
But that's just not that's not acceptable, is it?
Pretty disappointing, isn't it?
Oh.
So we won the toss and batted?
We are batting first, so it's...
so at least Travis Head listened to us.
They've listened to Timmy Ginniver's advice.
Well, and look what happens.
Well, hang on. You can't
That's what you get for listening to me.
That's right.
You can't judge until both teams bat.
Correct.
True,
Although
so let's hold fire.
Hoffy puts a pretty good pitch together, so usually it doesn't play like that. Clive at the Hunty Valley's popped in on the text. He says, biggest moment that turned a match, Rick Davis walked out on Footy Park at the start of the 1976 Grand Final. From that moment, Sturt, we're never going to lose. I think it means Rick Davies. So best individual big game performance he's ever seen.
I agree, Clive. I don't know that I've ever seen a better individual performance in a grand final ever.
20 and 20?
Yeah, it was around about that.
Yeah.
It just slaughtered us. I think he had 47 hit-outs as well.
Stop
And it was in the days where you could check side ruck in the middle, and he was not tall, but he was brilliant with his body.
He was just clever.
The best performance ever. Clive, you're right. That is up there with the 2007 one. Dave bloody put on, of all people. Big Port man. Unbelievable.
Very clever
Fancy
indeed.
bringing it up. See, at least, you fell on the sword with 96. Our
You
people
told
are doing
me
the
to.
same thing. I did not tell you to do that.
Timmy, you're the boss. I'm just your little whipping boy.
I think it's cathartic for him.
26 minutes after 4. We're going to keep taking your calls
Oh,
throughout
boy.
the show. Moments that turn matches. We've got a $50 Powers voucher, a few more to give away. Xavier Dersma next from Port Adelaide.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G. 5AA Breakfast.
Jacinda Ardern chucking it in after 5 years as the Prime Minister of New Zealand. She was going to get rolled at the next election, though. She'd lost the gloss. I think part of it was that the economy cooked over there. Yeah, and it was never really her strong suit.
Informing Adelaide.
And the other thing is, whereas in Australia with the housing affordability crisis, our government just seems to say, geez, it's tough out there, isn't it? Good luck. She went, no, we can fix this, and didn't fix this.
6 a.m. weekdays on 5AA.
I'm Kathy Nagel, Chief Executive of Western Hospital Henley Beach. Western Hospital offers a wide range of clinical services, such as orthopaedic surgery, including minimally invasive hip replacement surgery, vascular surgery and cardiac procedures. These clinical services are supported by an intensive care unit with specialist physicians and experienced nurses. Western provides ease of access with a multidisciplinary approach to your care. For more information, visit westernhospital.com.au or phone 8159 1200.
What if your next holiday was always parked just outside the front door? Dave Benson Caravans sell your next holiday, and unlike an expensive overseas holiday, your dollar remains as an asset, your caravan. With over 120 new or used caravans and campers on display under one roof, the DBC Caravan professionals can tailor your next family holiday to your lifestyle and needs. Your Australian journey awaits and begins at Dave Benson Caravans, 64 Grand Junction Road, Kilburn.
Hi, Bronte Manuel from Toop and Toop. 2023 has arrived and Team Toop are already out of the blocks, bringing to the market some amazing properties this January. We already have a number of auctions scheduled for this month. So whilst most real estate agencies have shut down over all of January, Team Toop is ready to go. To view all of our inspection times, simply visit open.toop.com.au. We look forward to seeing you at an inspection soon. Or if you're thinking of selling your property, visit toop.com.au.
Get the garden you want at Garden Grove. Wander through Garden Grove's beautiful nursery, blooming with thousands and thousands of plants, greenery, and all the colours of the rainbow. There are plants for inside and plants for out. For the garden you want, see Garden Grove, Golden Grove Road, Golden Grove.
Garden Grove, that's the garden. Garden Grove, that's the garden. Garden Grove, the garden that I want.
Phone 8251 1111 for delivery to all areas.
Come on in.
We open our doors to people we trust and care about. And for over 85 years, South Australians have been opening their doors to Rest Haven. In turn, we've been opening doors to an easier, better life at home. From personal care to help with the shopping and social outings, you'll welcome the care that Rest Haven brings.
This is Adelaide's 5AA.
David Bruce with the latest news headlines. South Australia is set to become the first state to have an Indigenous voice to Parliament after support from the Greens. The weekly COVID cases are out and there's been a big fall, but another 22 deaths have been recorded. It's believed a woman suffered a medical episode before crashing her SUV into the Balhana Hotel this morning. And Australian runner Peter Bowl has tested positive for a performance-enhancing drug. Now checking 5AA traffic.
At Plimpton Park, urgent roadworks Marion Road near Crossroads. Solid delays there at the moment. Bedford Park, emergency works on the Southern Expressway near Flinders Drive. Speeds reduced and 2 lanes closed as you're heading inbound. And in the city, road closures around Victoria Square for the tour down under, with cycling today through the hills around Lobethal, Cuddly Creek and Gorge Road. Cameras Everard Avenue, Keswick and Edward Street at Door Park. For the Aussie Open, Sportsbet is serving up more markets, more offers and bigger odds. Make it a multi this Aussie Open with Sportsbet. Gamble responsibly on 1800 858 858. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Mostly sunny again tomorrow, a top of 29, currently 24. More news at 5 and, as it happens, on 5AA.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
29 minutes to 5, Rowey and Timmy G live in the TDU Village in the heart of Victoria Square. It's an absolutely pumping environment at the minute. A beautiful sunny day. Come on down and say hello.
Absolutely, but I'll tell you what, we've got one of Port Adelaide's young up-and-coming stars. He's played 57 games, kicked 27 goals, and he wears the number 7. Xavier Dersman, welcome to the show, mate.
Thanks, Timmy. Thanks, Rowey. Thanks for having me.
Good man.
We'll all get into pre-season, of course, and the like, but I just want to touch on last year, mate. In round 1, you appeared to either hurt your collarbone or your shoulder, and it seemed like from that moment onwards, that was a really difficult injury to get over.
Yeah, mate, it was. It was a sort of an SC joint, which is the one closer, just at the end of your collarbone, closer to your sternum, mate. But yeah, it was definitely didn't help me for the rest of the year, mate. I was battling a bit of a shoulder complaints for the rest of the year, and it took me a fair way into the off season to really let it heal and recover. So it certainly didn't help me much, but at the same time, there's fair few things went wrong last year, but that's all right. I've still learned a lot, and I'm ready to go for this year.
Yeah, well, that's right, man. I think those sort of seasons can actually make you more resilient and more determined to do well. And how is your pre-season so far? Got to see you last Friday, and I thought he's moving well.
Yeah, thank you, mate. It's I'm going pretty well so far. It's been a solid pre-season, and really we're starting to move along quite quickly, heading towards practice matches now. So we're getting a fair bit of match play in our trainings and stuff like that, which is exciting. Which is what we want to try and do, is start playing more footy. So it's been good, but I'm tracking along nicely, feeling quite fit, and really looking to take the step this year.
Xavier, I read or heard in your presser you went away over the break to discover yourself. What did you find out, young man?
Yeah, I did a bit of that. It was a fair bit of discovering, what am I about, what's my strengths, what's my weaknesses, what I need to work on, and then also what can I really put into my routine and make a part of myself that I do every week to really give myself the best chance to get out on a Saturday or whenever we played, to give myself the best chance to be out there and really perform well. And some of that stuff, which, last 2 years really with being injured and stuff, I've learned a fair bit about my body and what I need to be able to get myself up and about. And I've been able to implement some of that through my pre-season and my off-season. And some of that would be including in diets, would be, getting my body healthy, getting it fit, which I've been able to do. I'm feeling really fit at the minute, which is good. Probably the fittest I've ever felt. And then obviously just keep myself confident, and by doing that and training at a high level helps that.
It's such a mental game now, isn't it, Xavier? So for you, do you find it's more mental or more physical, or a combination of the two?
Yeah, definitely a combination of the two, mate. I feel it's hard to psychologically get yourself into play well mentally if your body's not really able to do it. But at the same time, when your body's feeling well, you certainly at the same time have to be able to play well. So they go hand in hand for sure. But I think just having a really good balance of being able to focus sometimes on your mind and then also focusing on your body as well. That's what seemed to work for me so far in this pre-season.
Yeah. You're going to keep the bow and arrow, aren't you? You're not going to put that in the old bin, are you?
No, I don't think so. I don't think you'll be going anywhere.
Good boy, good boy.
Hey, last year, this time, I was watching the first inter-trial hit-out, if you like, and I saw you trial through the centre square. And I got to say, I was a bit excited about that. Will we see that again? Because I'd love to see you moving through there.
Yeah, I would like to eventually get through there again myself, but at the same time, I'm very happy to be just locked down my position on the wing, get that consolidated, and that's what I've been doing this pre-season. I've been focusing majorly on doing that, and as I continue to hopefully hold that and play well and take the next step on the wing, then I can progress myself into some of that stuff. But at the same time, I really do. I really do think I can add something to the midfield, but at the same time, I think I also can really help the team on the wing, and that's where I think I'm training at the minute, and hopefully can keep doing the right stuff there.
The list looks reasonably healthy, which is great because you need that to get off to a good start. Young Ollie Lord, he lacerated a kidney. Did you see the actual incident? Was it a nasty one?
I actually didn't see the incident. I actually didn't know that he was hurt because when you're training, if you don't see something, sometimes you don't even notice that the player's gone. But I saw Lordy afterwards, and he's got a lacerated kidney, and they're nasty ones. So
poor bugger.
For sure. I mean, no one really wants a lacerated kidney. That's nasty. So I think he'll hopefully be just resting up now, and I think he'll be the timeline on a lacerated kidney. I think so that's 4 to 6 weeks mark. So fingers crossed that it heals well for him.
What's the team's main focus through this period? What have you learnt from last year that you need to get right this year to push back into the top 8?
Yeah, I think, first of all, I think we have to just look at the year, what it was. I mean, we didn't really give ourselves a great chance to give it, to get into the top 8 going 0-5. I think that's the first point. And then from there, we really just been trying to focus on what makes us a good team, and looking at what are our weapons in the team. And we have a lot of speed, especially in the midfield, and going forward we got some really electric players who are really fast. So I think that's the first point of understanding what our team's really good at and what are our weapons, and we're going to try and get the ball and really light it up through the corridor and get it going. So that's what we're trying to get done at the minute, and I think we're going to be trying to do that.
Okay, so scoring power is going to be a critical point. We've spoken to a couple of the Port boys, since the Christmas break, and a lot of them are mentioning defence. Look at what Geelong did, look at what such and such did. I hope it doesn't detract from, and I'm glad you said that, Xavier, you guys can hit the scoreboard and you can get it ticking over quickly, so that's a balance as well.
Yeah, it is. I mean, at the same time, we have also emphasised a bit of a change of mindset for our defence as well. That has gone hand in hand with what we're trying to do, but we are at the same time also, as I said just before, we are trying to get really fast, using our weapons, which we think in front of the ball, if we can get it there quickly, we think we can score. So, but that's, as I just said as well, you have to start somewhere by defending well too. So, yeah.
Hey, Xavier, last Friday, come down to have a look at you, and you were kind enough to bring your younger brother up to say good day, Zane. And Kenny was talking him up a fair bit, saying this fella's probably going to go top 5 next year. How is he developing, and is he draftable this year?
Yeah, so Zane is turning 18 this year, so that means he's definitely eligible. And yeah, he's training at Melbourne this week, so he's in the academy, so he's training with Melbourne Demons this week. And I just got off the phone to my dad before I talked to you blokes, and he said he ran 13k today, which is the most my brother's ever run in his life. So
wow,
I think he's a bit tired.
He'd be knackered. Yeah, so you got
I think so.
Zane, of course, your sister's already at Port Adelaide, young Zane, and there's another younger brother. Is that right?
Yeah, there is. Willem, my youngest brother, Willem, and he's turning 16 this year. So,
gee whiz, mate.
Well, good luck to you two. Mate, good luck to you two. You don't have a first-round pick this year.
No, but it could be a Dersma party in about 3 years' time, mate. We'll get them all there.
Oh, well.
Don't
worry.
Be nice. Yeah, it'd be awesome, nice. Mate. Hey, mate, just looking, I suppose, to that first moment when you get to finally get out on the park and play. There's a few guys that missed a fair bit of footy last year. We spoke to Orazio during the week, and of course Scotty Lysett just missed about 3/4 of a season as well. Those blokes must be champing at the bit.
Oh, they really are, mate. They really are. Orazio is obviously, when he's healthy, when he's playing for us and really ready to go, he's absolutely massive to our team. And as I said before, our weapons ahead of the ball. He's in terms of speed, he's definitely one of them. Him and Junior will be looking to light it up for sure. And then obviously Scooter's been our mainstay ruckman for a long time now, and he's always very dependable, and you can always count on him. So, having someone like that, who's getting some people like that back is a massive plus for our team. I think that's going to help us big time.
It's another pre-season, and the name we hear a lot again is Travis Boak. He's still leading the way. He's just a warrior, a legend. What a role model he is for young fellas like you, Xavier. Forget about the professionalism. He just fronts up every session, doesn't he?
He certainly does. He's an ultimate professional. Again, what is it? His 16th, 17th season, something ridiculous. Yeah. And he's fronting up again, and again, he got a PB in his 3-1K time trial. So that's just next level when you're turning up like that. So if I could be half as good at his age, then I'd be going a fair way. So he's a massive, amazing role model for anyone, any athlete, not just all the other teammates, but just for any athlete and any person that wants to get to the top level. He's an absolute shining beacon of professionalism. So, once again, he's looking fantastic so far, and he's in the pre-season and really leading some of the young boys well.
Okay, Rosie Butters Dersma, they were the big three a number of years ago. Two of them went with Boakey off to America to do what they do with Red Bull, hold their breath, whatever the thing they do. How come you didn't go, Xavier Dersma?
I was over, I think, at the same time with my partner, my girlfriend, in the Maldives. So,
sorry about that.
Holiday. Yeah, what? I know. Hey.
What was that like? I've heard about the Maldives. Is it as good as what they say?
It is. It's better. It's absolutely fantastic. I can't hardly recommend it enough. If you do get a chance to do it, certainly do it.
Well, only the rich and famous can do that, Xavier. Little paupers like us can't. Did you have one of those over-the-water huts?
Yeah. I was lucky enough to have a beachfront bungalow. I can't complain too much.
Yeah. Sounds romantic.
It was pretty good. It was pretty bloody good. Can't complain.
So we can hear wedding bells in the distance, Xavier Dersma. Please tell me.
No.
Oh, please tell me it's a little South Australian filly.
No, not a South Australian, unfortunately. But he'll be moving here soon, so that's all right.
No, Timmy, you'll lose him. Timmy.
No, it's where his job is. You getting to work with Josh Carr?
Yeah, getting work with Josh Carr. I'm loving it so far.
Great. How have you found him?
Yeah, Carr is obviously a Port Adelaide man through and through, so it's been really good. And I think we're both, Josh and I, are on the same page about what we want with myself and with the team. And so far, it's been really good. Really, it's a pleasure working with him. So, and I'm learning a fair bit about myself, my own game, and then also how he wants us to play. And I think that's going to work really well.
That's good because it's important to be on the same page as the coaches, I reckon, mate.
Well, I think it does help.
Very important when it comes to selection.
Usually that's good. Usually that's good.
Yeah, well, Xavier, thanks for your time. We can't wait to see you blossom again this year. I think it's all about an injury-free.
It's very important to us.
Oh, God
very
almighty,
important.
that run, the carry, the elite leg, the old bow and arrow. We hope to see that a number of times this year. Thanks for your time. We'll keep in touch.
Thanks very much for having me on, guys. It's been a pleasure. Thanks very much.
He's a delight.
Oh, he's one of my
The day he arrived at your club with Butters and Rosie was the day I said, hang on a sec, they got 3 rippers here.
Oh, yeah.
All in the same draft.
Terrific kid. And
you build clubs around those sort of drafts.
Well, they'll be future leaders for Port Adelaide.
There you go.
Absolutely.
Future's bright at that club. 16 minutes to 5. Carl Viet coming up shortly, but we're going to play this.
The 5AA Sports Show Mystery Moments.
$400, all thanks to the Bro Hotel Group. If you want to get yourself a Schnitty or a Hans Superdry or something down at the Bro Hotels, goodness, you get a great
The dude yesterday was close. I saw your face, Sam.
Yeah, I did too.
You reckon?
Yeah, you let it. Yeah. If you're on the Foodland Facebook feed, you would have seen you go, ooh.
Yeah.
Don't let Rowey steer you down the wrong path,
though. Now he's trying to steer it the other way.
0055.
You wouldn't be good at poker.
You don't reckon?
Nah, useless.
Oh, I reckon he's like an Agatha Christie.
I can read you like a book.
Send you down different avenues. And see
You're
how
not
you
the
go.
Bible, mate. I can read you like a book.
Oh, hello.
All right, let's see how we go. It is 15 minutes to 5. We'll play the mystery moment next.
The 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G. 5AA's legend of the airwaves, Leon Biner, joins Matthew Pantelis Tuesday mornings. Leon shares his thoughts on what's going on in SA, thanks to NRG Solar. Don't spend another year paying high power bills. Visit nrgsolar.com.au today.
What does Rusden Mines have in common with cricket? Well, their blackgut Shiraz will bowl you over, and Rusden's Boundaries Cabernet always scores well.
Their Christian Chenin Blanc delivers a good line and length, and you'll never be caught out with Rusden Sand Scrub Shiraz.
So if you call into Rusden Mines cellar door for a wine tasting and cheese, don't be surprised if you're drawn into a little bit of backyard cricket on the green.
It's always a winning innings with Rusden Wines.
Gliderol has manufactured and installed garage doors in SA since 1974, and their commitment to quality is as strong as ever. If it's time for a new look for your home or to upgrade, do it now. Order a new roller door, sectional door or customer designer door with operator by the 28th of February and receive an extended operator warranty plus 2 bonus handsets. Call for a free measure and quote and helpful advice. Visit gliderol.com.au today. Retail customers only, T's and C's apply.
Get back on the road in the all-new Toyota Hilux at Jarvis Toyota. A 2.8 litre diesel delivering 20 kilowatts more power, plus over 10% improved fuel economy. Rediscover the road in the all-new Toyota Hilux at Jarvis Toyota.
You're off then?
Yes, dear.
The backyard needs a good trim with the ride-on mower.
Totally. The kids will be done shortly, so they need picking up from the oval.
Good plan. Why are you giving me the car keys?
You can't walk to the oval, silly. Oh, don't worry, the backyard will look fantastic by the time you get back. Mwah.
Okay, dear. But I get the ride-on next time?
We'll see. Probably not.
Stanford Mowers for ride-ons. 590 Main North Road, Jeps Cross. stanfordmowers.com.au.
Renovating your bathroom? Race into Beaumont Tiles for 20% off every single complete bathroom package in every style and budget, or 20% off including tiles, taps, vanity, the lot. Choose Beaumonts and save on packages now. T's and C's apply.
At Arana, we believe everyone should live the life of their choice. We create opportunities for people with disability to live as independently as possible. We support people with an NDIS plan who are looking for their forever home. Arana homes are safe, welcoming and above all supportive, where people make friends and get more out of life. Arana has vacancies in the Adelaide, Riverland and Spencer Gulf areas. For independent living, make your home with Arana. Visit aranaonline.com.au. Arana, creating opportunities.
At Terrain Tamer, we've tried to take all the hard work out of four-wheel driving, so you can be an expert as well as an enthusiast. Our parts interpreters talk fluent four-wheel drive because we're talking with 40 years' experience. We've got all the four-wheel drive parts and accessories that you'll ever need, so you can toss them in the back for cheap insurance. When you're miles from the closest mechanic, you'll appreciate that advice. Terrain Tamer, we talk fluent four-wheel drive.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
We are live down at the TDU Village, 12 minutes to 5. Carl Viet coming up very shortly in Vic Square. It is really alive. The wonderful weather, lots of people coming down after stage 3 today. Before we get to Carl, though, we're going to check your traffic.
Got a smash at Netherby to look out for on the drive home. Fullerton Road near Kitchener Street. Seeing delays both directions on Fullerton Road here. Plimpton Park, urgent roadworks slowing things up. Marion Road near Cross Road. And in the city, got road closed around Victoria Square. That's for the tour down under. They're up through the hills at the moment, going through Lobethal, Cuddly Creek and Gorge Road. Got a camera too, Raglan Avenue at Edwardstown. Bunnings Warehouse has smart ways to secure your home these holidays. Shop great value on a wide range of security cameras, doorbells and locks, online or at your local Bunnings. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Well, we're just seeing some live scores come through, Timmy, of the Strikers.
Yeah, playing at Adelaide Oval against the Perch Scorchers. They're top of the table. And currently, after 11 overs, the Strikers are 6 for 54.
Not listening. Our mighty Strikers.
Yep,
How can that happen?
That is not good. Only 2 players have made it past double digits. De Grande on 11. Adam Hose is not out at the moment on 12. So that is grim.
It's a bad day at the office.
Let's hope we bowl well.
Yeah, we might need to. Might need another one of those Sydney Thunder attempts.
Get them out for 15.
The obvious? I hope we bowl well.
It is.
We're in all sorts.
10 minutes to 5.
Super important game down there at Cooper Stadium tonight. It's Adelaide United versus Macarthur Bulls. We've got the coach on the line, Carl Viet. Now, Carl, you've been a bit crook, mate.
Yeah, just a little bit under the weather, but feeling much better this time of the week than I did last week.
So you're showing the players a little bit of grit and resilience.
Yeah, you could say that, yeah.
Well, how'd you get pneumonia?
I'm not sure, to be honest. I had a fever for 3 or 4 days, and it sort of just developed from there.
You fully recovered?
Close to. I'd say I'd be about 90% now.
Don't overexert yourself. Don't go yelling from the boundary line. You might have to stay seated tonight.
Yeah. See how you go.
Well, hopefully I don't need to yell too much tonight.
Okay.
Beautiful. Hey, mate, the last 3 results have been a bit mixed, haven't it? A win against Perth, a bad loss against Central Coast, and then a draw against Victory. There's sort of, what do you make of those last 3? They're all different games, weren't they?
Yeah, you could say, not just the last 3, it's been the last 6 games that we just been very inconsistent and just haven't really been at the level that we need to be at to be fighting at the top of the table.
One win from the past 6. Is it confidence, Carl?
Look, confidence always has a place there when you're not winning games, but I think a lot of it has been, our effort just hasn't been good enough. So it's something that we've really focused on this week, in that the players need to work a little bit harder. Because most teams now know that if they work extremely hard against us and make it difficult, we struggle.
Jeff, there's one thing you can bring as an athlete, and you did this every game, Carl, is effort. So why is that?
Look, I won't say it's a lack of effort. I just think at times in games we sort of switch off and don't, keep going 100%. And you can't afford to do that in modern football. And it's just about having our focus more for the full 90 minutes.
Hey, Carl, beat these guys tonight. You take their spot.
Yeah, most definitely. Look, as you said, we haven't played well in the last games, but we're still around the mark, and it's just a matter of putting some good performances in and increasing our efforts and our work rate. And, we know our football is good enough. It's just that we have to stay in games long enough to allow our football to take over.
What are the Bulls' dangers? What's their little weapons that you've got to be aware of?
Just going forward, they've got some really good players that are quite dangerous. Davila, he's very dangerous, so we just have to be mindful of when he's on the ball and be careful not to give him too many free kicks. He likes to fall over a lot, so it's important that we are aware of that as well.
Yeah.
Well, hang on a sec. A soccer player falling over a lot, Carl. That's a bit out of the box, isn't it?
Very in the box, Rowey.
Yeah.
Not out of the box.
No touchy in the box. Look, you've had a few injuries down back. That's been well documented. I mean, keen to see where Izzy is at. And will Javi Lopez start?
Yeah, Harvey will start. Issa's still got one more game on his suspension. So we are, missing a few players tonight, but we've got a full squad.
Okay.
Other than the suspended players, and that's what the squad's for. We can't say, our poor performance has been because we've been changing players in and out, but that's any sport. Once you select a team, the team has to go out and do the job.
Timmy's right. You win, you take MacArthur's spot, but you lose, you could drop out the 6. So, it's a really important home game.
Yeah, most definitely. We know that at home we're a very difficult side to play against, and we have to make that again tonight. We need our supporters to get behind us again tonight and support us, and the players need to put on a good performance for our fans.
Hey, Carl, how are you seeing Hiroshi at the moment? I love him as a player. It looks like, I know Rowey mentioned confidence earlier. It looks like he's lost a bit of confidence.
Look, he's a striker, and he hasn't scored a goal for a little while, and that's what happens with strikers. So, it's important that he keeps working hard for the team and keep putting himself in those positions where he can get goals. And we just need to, make sure we supply enough opportunities for Roshi to get some goals.
Now, mate, I do the chairman's room, and I know I've got to interview your great self once, and I'd love to see you again. But I've got to interview Lockie Barr and Harry van der Sark. So,
here we go.
Can you give me a little question for each of them that might, just stump them?
Yeah, look, H is a Sydney boy that's moved over, and I think he's found it a little bit difficult here. So you could ask him whether he's found any surfing spots down in Adelaide, even though he can't go surfing at the moment because of his knee injury. But I'm sure you could ask him how he settled into the Adelaide life.
Beautiful.
I still think he might be even looking for a girlfriend. So.
Okay, well, we could put that out there. That's great. Beautiful. What about Lockie?
Lockie, a country boy from Whyalla, same place as I'm from.
Yeah.
So a hard-working player, and he's done it the hard way to get where he is. So maybe you can ask him, the key ingredient for it to allow him to get to where he's got to.
No, excellent, mate. Beautiful. I'll put those both down. Done.
Carl, important game. It goes without saying. We love our mighty Adelaide United. Home tonight, 7:15 kick-off. It's versus Macarthur. I've got a great feel for tonight, mate. Bring home the chocolates. We need the 3 points.
Thanks, guys. We definitely need the 3 points, so we need everyone out there supporting us tonight.
Yeah, great night tonight, Carl Viet, our guest.
Yeah, wonderful to have him on. So the Reds on tonight. You're going to be there, Timmy. So a really important game against Macarthur because they're 5th and we are 6th on the ladder.
I don't tolerate losing.
No, speaking of losing, and you had to tolerate it last night, the Sixers are basically done and dusted for the year.
Now, we won the toss.
106-101 in OT. So they got to overtime last night, our 36ers, but unfortunately weren't able to get across the line against the Brisbane Bullets.
Bullets have improved, but probably 36ers haven't. There's a call.
No, it was disappointing.
Yeah.
Disappointing.
So
well, we love them, but hopefully they can bounce back.
And the Strikers?
Saturday against United.
Well, the Strikers have lost another wicket. They're now 7 for 60, so it goes from bad to worse for them.
Okay.
So,
all right, so we're in a bit of agony.
Don't really want to talk about them anymore.
Well, they're our teams. We love them.
Yeah.
I love the Strikers. I love the 36ers. If the Reds lose tonight, I'm not coming in Monday.
No, they
we
won't.
can't be 0 from 3.
They won't lose.
Well, Timmy, what's your rule? The 24-hour rule?
24 hours sook. You got 24 hours to be a sook.
No, well, mine's 72 hours, so I won't be in Monday.
Wow.
If we're 0 from 3, Sixers lost, Strikers will lose. If the Reds lose tonight and we're 0 from 3, my 3 beautiful teams... I'm not in.
It'll certainly hurt. That is indeed.
No, I'm done. Tim, out.
7 for 65, our Strikers at Adelaide.
See you Tuesday.
Oval, 3 minutes to 5. Time to throw to David Bruce in the newsroom.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Ranella Mazda 2022 plate clearance is on now. Incredible deals across the entire range. And vehicles in stock ready for immediate delivery. Get in quick and don't miss the 2022 plate clearance. Only at Ranella Mazda.
LBD 322736.
It's value the Australian way at Coles for your summer entertaining. Just mix and save 3 selected meat packs for just $20. Like sausages, marinated chicken and more. Look for the Mix and Save sticker in-store to save. That's value the Australian way at Coles.
Mono, the smash hit comedy play is about to head your way. Max Gillies and John Wood, Emily Tahini, these guys are good. In Mono, at the Adelaide Festival Centre, you'll be glad you went to Mono. Now, what's the show about? About 90 minutes, in and out. Comic monologues are in it, like Joyce Grenfell or Ellen Bennett. Wood, Gillies and Tahini are the best you've ever seen in Mono. From February 1st to 5th, you'll be sorry if you missed Mono. Ring 131-246. Do it now to get your ticks to Mono. It's got Max Gillies.
G'day, it's Baz from FIVEAA Milk Company. Just wanted to make sure you knew that our milk only comes from SA dairy farmers. So make sure the milk you buy is only from SA dairy farms. Because you see, no matter how tough it gets out there, our dairy farmers always put you first. So let's support them. Look for FIVEAA Milk Company products in your supermarket. 3 words make all the difference. FIVEAA Milk Company. South Australian first and proud of it.
Ray White, big name in real estate, but also the biggest name in business broking. What makes us big? Our people, like Brett Buckley and his team. MBA, lecturer, and multi-time SA Business Broker of the Year. Brett doesn't just read a P&L, he feels it. If you're selling or expanding your business, Brett can take your business apart and find you more money. And we're not talking small change. Go on, touch base with Brett. Search Ray White Business Sales SA.
5AA's Business Lounge with Leith Forrest.
Well, I'm here with Kathy Nagel, Chief Executive Officer of Western Hospital. Welcome back, Kathy.
Thanks for having me, Leith.
So we know cancer diagnosis, it's a traumatic and an emotional life event. How does Western support patients, their friends and their family?
Well, experienced nursing staff are often the cornerstone when providing outstanding care, and we have some beautiful people here at Western. We pride ourselves on assisting our community for the past 25 years in the fight against cancer within our friendly chemotherapy unit.
So having a strong support system makes such a huge difference, doesn't it, during a tough time?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So when the patients are diagnosed with cancer, they often require multiple treatments at once. How does Western help?
We strive to be a one-stop healthcare hub with access to our GP clinic, radiology, pathology, medical and surgical specialties, pharmacy, inpatient care and more within one location.
Thank you, Kathy. If you'd like to find out more about the cancer support services at Western Hospital, visit westernhospital.com.au or give them a call on 8159 1200.
Online, on DAB Digital Radio and on 1395 AM. Talking Adelaide. This is Adelaide's 5AA.
Mostly sunny again tomorrow, up to 29 for a top. With the 5 o'clock news, I'm David Bruce. CFS firefighters are currently working on a fire near the Rocky Creek campground between Chunga Meadows and Kangarilla. The fire is southeast of Mount Bold Reservoir, burning in a northwesterly direction through a pine plantation. Smoke will be visible for some time. Fire crews are being backed up by water bombers. Police are investigating a serious crash at Balhanna this morning. A Mitsubishi SUV ran into the front of the Balhanna Hotel on Onkapringa Valley Road. The driver and sole occupant of the vehicle, a 67-year-old woman from Lenswood, was rushed to the Royal Adelaide Hospital in a serious condition. It's believed she suffered a medical episode beforehand. A CFS crew used its defibrillator to revive her. Qantas has been plagued by more issues with its planes. Christy Sullivan reports.
Flight QF430 was flying from Melbourne to Sydney this morning when it turned back about 20 minutes in. The Boeing 737 suffered a minor engine issue. Qantas says it landed normally and was not an emergency or priority landing, with both engines remaining operational during the flight. And in a separate incident, a Qantas-linked plane was forced to return to Melbourne due to an issue with its flaps. Flight QF1516 was flying from Melbourne to Canberra on a Boeing 717 aircraft this morning. The airline says the pilots followed standard procedures and the aircraft landed normally. Customers on both services will be rebooked on other flights over the coming hours.
Just over 2,000 new COVID cases have been reported in South Australia in the past week, but 22 people have died. 102 people remain in hospital, including 5 in ICU and 1 ventilated. Australian Open organisers are defending a 4 a.m. finish after being slammed by the star of the show. Eddie Summerfield has details.
It took nearly 6 hours for Andy Murray to beat Thanasi Kokkinakis, the 5-set marathon, the second latest at Melbourne Park, finishing just after 4 a.m. Andy Murray speaking out, calling for change.
Rather than it being like epic Murray-Kokkinakis match, it's like ends in a bit of a farce.
The match didn't start until after 10 p.m. on Margaret Court Arena, but tournament director Craig Tiley is defending the scheduling.
If you just put one match at night and there was an injury, you don't have anything.
Commentator Todd Woodbridge pointing out it would have been a ratings bonanza overseas.
It was in prime time.
While many players and legends of the game agree with Murray and want change, the fans who were there loved all 345 minutes.
Absolutely fabulous.
Now turning to 5AA Sport. Australian runner Peter Bowl, who won hearts with his heroics in Tokyo, has tested positive for a performance-enhancing drug. Athletics Australia says the 800-metre national record holder has returned a positive A sample to EPO and is now awaiting the results of the B sample. The 28-year-old is adamant he's innocent. In other sporting news, Pello Bilbao won today's Stage 3 of the Men's Tour Down Under that took in the Adelaide Hills. The Adelaide Strikers take on MacArthur FC in the A-League in Adelaide tonight. And the Adelaide Strikers are struggling in their BBL match against the Perth Scorchers at Adelaide Oval. They won the toss and elected to bat and are now 7 for 73 after 14 overs. Now checking 5AA traffic.
At Netherby, got a crash, Fullerton Road near Kitchener Streets. Mansfield Park, breakdown there. Hanson Road near Grand Junction Road, blocking the right-hand turning lane onto Hanson Road. While at Findon, urgent sewer works, Crittenden Road near Beach Street. In the city, road closures for the Tour Down Under around Victoria Square, with the cycling up through the hills today around Lobethal, Cuddly Creek and Gorge Road. And we've got a camera, Alawerna Avenue at Mitchell Park. Still haven't seen Avatar, The Way of Water? Don't miss the motion picture event of a generation in 3D. Avatar, The Way of Water in cinemas now. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Now the 5AA forecast.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Mostly sunny again tomorrow, 29 the top. Mostly sunny on Sunday, 31. And then partly cloudy, 32 on Monday. Currently 23. Now let's see what's happening on 9 News tonight.
All the gear, but no idea. We have vision of what could be Adelaide's dumbest crooks. South Australia's billion-dollar visitor boom. The Hollywood movie star facing manslaughter charges. Plant-based meat substitutes. We reveal their real nutritional value. And the marathon tennis match that's rewritten the record books. I'm Brent Haranglis. See the full story on 9 News tonight at 6.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
It's 6 minutes after 5. We are live this afternoon at the Tour Down Under Village in Victoria Square. Adelaide is alive and well. It's pumping as we speak. We had bands playing earlier. We're going to have the riders come through in about half an hour's time as well. So if you want to get yourself some evening activity tonight, this is the place to be.
Well, it's free and it's family entertainment. I think it's absolutely superb. Today was stage 3. It was Nord to Campbelltown, 116.8 kilometres. It was via Norton Summit that I rode this morning in the challenge. Finished in the Corkscrew, the biggest Kullyun breaker of the tour. I didn't get anywhere near it. Joining us is the 09 TDU winner. He's sport director for Calibut Ewan. Speak of Alan Davis. Alan, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Let's run through the card. Pello Bilbao won stage 3 and it was a sprint finish. It was exciting.
Yeah, there was obviously the corkscrew just before the finish there, summiting 5K from the finish. So threw the cat amongst the pigeons, so to speak.
Didn't
and
it?
3 went away, Jay Vine and Yates, as they did yesterday. So and Pello Bilbao was the one that kind of stepped up from yesterday and put himself in the mix, and he's pretty quick, obviously, as you've seen
Right at
today.
the end,
So
yeah.
those small groups, he normally polishes them off. So
Number 31.
good
Yes,
win.
it was
Really
indeed.
good win.
Hey, Alan, 10 years ago, or it's longer now, but you won the TDU. What changes have you noticed in like the way it's been presented, the tracks that have been chosen? What's it like?
I think it's been a really fresh change, the way it's been set up this year. Stewie's done a great job, starting with the prologue. Unfortunately, we had the weather come in.
Yeah.
But I've seen every day an incredible spectacular, side of cycling. So that's what we want to see. It's fresh for the sport. I think it's great for the, for the sponsors, for the fans, everyone that's involved. The tour stepped up to the World Tour status in 2008, I think it was.
Yeah, right.
And that really lifted the level.
Yeah.
The following year we had, just maintained a really high level since then, and now we've got a really fresh, dynamic system with the new stages. So I think it's really good for the future of the sport.
Each stage, I've sort of, what's a difficulty rating, you reckon? Was yesterday the toughest day? Is today the toughest day because of the corkscrew? You've had a look at the stages. Where do you think it's the most difficult?
Yeah, I believe today is probably the Queen stage, as we call it in cycling terms. I mean, everyone's kind of looking at the last stage with Mount Lofty.
Yep.
And sometimes when there's so much emphasis on one stage, there's a banger comes in somewhere that you don't really expect it.
Yeah.
And today with Corkscrew, as I said before, 5Ks from the finish, the summit of that, it's a recipe for someone to gain seconds. So and that's what happened.
Yeah.
Jay Vine's in the lead now in 15-second buffer. So he's going to be pretty hard to catch. So it might have already been gone. So I reckon they'll be struggling to catch him from here on.
Oka Jersey Jay Vine. Your man Caleb Ewan lost the sprinters strip.
Yep. So today was basically saving our bullets for tomorrow, because tomorrow will be the realistic last chance we have as a stage win. He's a sprinter. He's demonstrated here. Got good form.
My word.
Missed out by not much the other day. He won the Classic here in town last weekend. So our main goal is tomorrow and winning the stage, and we're all in for that.
Tell us what your role as sport director for Calibut, and what does that involve?
So basically, we work for a Belgium team, Lotto Destiny. It's been around for 38 years, the longest team in the peloton.
God, I've seen them every year, I reckon, in the TDU.
Yep, longest team currently running in the
Wow.
World Tour. Yeah, so it's been around for a while. It's a national lottery in Belgium. The main sponsor, or the co-sponsor, main sponsor. New sponsor come on board as Destiny this year for the next 4 years. It's a local, also national IT company. So I'm based in Spain personally. Caleb's in Monaco, but yeah, we're all spread out through Europe, and yeah, we sort of meet at rendezvous at races around the place. And I'm Caleb's personal sports director, and the couple other Aussies on the team also.
Okay.
And yeah, we just sort of. There's a lot of logistics involved, trying to get fleets of cars, trucks, buses over there, getting them to the event to actually perform. But then also, once we're at the event, their tactics and everything that goes into racing. So.
How's your Spanish? Because our breakfast host, David Pemberthy, prides himself on being Hispanic. Can you whistle it out? Can you give us a bit of...
Bueno, ya puedo hablar un poco de español. Llevo 20 años ahí, o sea que puedo hablar un poco.
Jeez.
Excellent, Pablo.
I think he's got Pembo.
Oh, he's got Pembo. This is Pablo.
Have got Pembo.
No. 20 years, mate. I better be able to speak something.
Yeah, I'd be disappointed
exactly.
if all you could do was the alphabet.
Yeah.
Alan, way back in '99 when it started, a mate of mine was into road racing, and we were going to have a stage out of Port Adelaide, and I rang him and say, "You involved at all?" He said, "Yeah, I'm helping out." He said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I was going to come down and have a look." He said, "Come early and give me a hand." And I went down there. We were setting up the barriers and everything. It was that in its infancy in its first year. Like, it was just all hands on deck type thing.
Yeah.
Today, what is it like, this tour overseas? How is it accepted in the world of cycling?
Oh, it's right up there, mate. Like I said before, I mentioned it's the world tour. It's the start of the world tour. So
it's for points,
which is exactly. It's important. And the points here are just the same as the points in October or the Tour de France.
That's right.
They're the same value. So it's right up there. Teams are coming out here with great teams. They want success straight away.
Yeah.
And also, it's to start the season off on the right foot. Also has ramifications of normally a good season, And so a lot of people want to come out here and get into it and get some points and get some victories early on the board.
Well, we've dished up the most beautiful weather other than the prologue where it did rain.
It hasn't been the 38s.
We're not ripping the 40s. In 09, can you remember, were there a few 40s in that?
Yeah, I think that was a hot year. Definitely been here when it's been 40 or plus. And actually, I remember one of the days, not sure, maybe 08 actually, when it first went to World Tour status. Yeah, a lot of the sports were getting cancelled. The other sports around the place for the heat, the horse racing and a bit of stuff that was going on. And we were there racing, and it was pretty intense. We had one of the boys go unconscious coming down Wollonga.
Wow.
From the heat, yeah.
The Giro d'Italia, we've got the Tour de France, we've got the Pyrenees, we've got all these beautiful places. We go toe-to-toe with all of them, from the coast to the Barossa to McLaren Vale to Victor Harbour, through the suburbs. On telly, it's just been outstanding. The boys appreciate that. Do they get how beautiful this great state is? They do, don't they?
I do, mate. I do get people comment about that from Europe. The lads from Europe, they love coming out here. And think they really enjoy, the scenery. And that's the really good thing that I think the race shows also, the serenity from the helicopter views. Promotes the state, promotes the area. I think it's incredible. Also back home, we've got family, in Spain, and they also comment about it. And I think that's really a big part of the process, also, and a piece of the puzzle from the event side of thing, also.
Now you were part of Green Edge when they were racing, and Stewie O'Grady was a part of that as well. I believe you're having a bit of a reunion here.
Yes, that's true.
Stop it!
Wow,
you're on the cans tonight.
Yeah. Try to.
Ellen Davis, you're on the cans tonight. Bit of Cooper's Pale Ale. Have the sparkling, the red, anything with a red label with Cooper's, get into that. It's like a mid-strength beer.
But that's good. I'm glad that I didn't realise cycling teams actually got back together. It's good.
Jerry Ryan, the main, obviously, the investor of Green Edge, still is today of the Jayco team. So we started up a WhatsApp group the other day, and a lot of us are here coincidentally, so we're going to have a reunion. Yeah, really good idea.
Good.
That's a fantastic idea. I'm glad. Hopefully in 10 years' time we're doing it again.
Well, we're off air at 7. Which bar is it? We'll see you
just over there.
Alan, well done. Congratulations with everything you're doing with the team and Caleb Ewan. We love watching him go. He's an absolute superstar, as you are, back in 09 winning it. Thanks for your time, and all the best tomorrow in Stage 4.
My pleasure. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Alan.
Only to Mount Lofty it'll sort the men from the boys, would you say it like that? You called the other stage the Queen stage. What does that mean?
Yeah, cycling terms, the Queen stage is normally the hardest stage of the race.
So what did you term it the Queen, the hardest?
Yeah, I don't know.
Where's that come from? Give us some history here, Alan.
That's just,
and do it in Spanish. That would really impress me.
So stage 4 tomorrow.
Yeah, well done, mate. Great work.
Port
Thanks, Alan.
Wollonga to the Wollonga Township. It actually only goes through the lower Wollonga Hill, not the whole Wollonga Hill.
Not the big one.
It's traditionally part of a staple of the Tour Down Under, so that won't be happening this year.
That's a Couillon breaker. You know what Couillon means?
Nope.
No, I reckon I got it wrong. It's Italian for balls, but I think I got that wrong.
Below the waist.
So what's Spanish for balls?
Playing on, 15 after 5.
Walrus!
I'm hanging on
Timmy!
to him.
Oh, Timmy, he's still here. He's still a guest. Shake his hand and say goodbye.
I'm hanging on to him.
Justin, find the dump button, please. Strikers update at the Adelaide Oval just before we go to the break.
No!
Our Adelaide strikers
I've just seen it.
9 for 85.
No!
Oh, dear.
Believe it. It's real. 9 for 85 in
Thanks,
the
Alan.
17th over. So, unfortunately,
Do you want me to give you some Spanish on how well the strikers are playing?
I don't want to know after what you've learnt.
Pickle.
Let's get to the traffic before we go to the break.
At Ashford, look out for a crash Anzac Highway near Litter Street. Now, there'll be another collision, Fullerton Road near Kitchener Street. And Mansfield Park got a breakdown. Hanson Road near Green Junction Road. It's blocking the right-hand turning lane onto Hanson Road. Bedford Park, emergency works on the Southern Expressway near Flinders Drive. Got speeds reduced in 2 lanes out of action there. And we've got a camera at Tusmore Avenue at Tusmore. The Snooze Super Summer Sale is now on. Save up to 50% off mattresses, up to 40% off bed frames and 25% off Snooze branded bedding and linen. Hurry, sale ends soon. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
Hello, I'm Lynn Andrews. For over 50 years, the team at Lynn Andrews Real Estate have made it easy to manage residential and commercial property. Whether you own a single residential home or multiple commercial properties, our passion for property investment means we have a great deal of knowledge to share. How to invest safely and properly. Matching the right tenant with the right property every time. We're here to help. Visit lynandrews.com.au.
Get back on the road in the all-new Toyota Hilux at Jarvis Toyota. A 2.8 litre diesel delivering 20 kilowatts more power, plus over 10% improved fuel economy. Rediscover the road in the all-new Toyota Hilux at Jarvis Toyota.
Renovating your bathroom? Race into Beaumont Tiles for 20% off every single complete bathroom package in every style and budget, or 20% off including tiles, taps, vanity, the lot. Choose Beaumont's and save on packages now. T's and C's apply.
G'day, Graham Ross here. Sudden Impact for Lawns has always been my go-to. Now it's even better together with Populate. Sudden Impact for Lawns plus Populate is still an organic-based premium granular fertiliser, but now with the added benefits of billions of living beneficial microbes. Ideal for all types of lawns, trees, even hedges, and be amazed at the results. Sudden Impact for Lawns plus Populate. Available in all good garden centres, nurseries and retailers.
Mono! The comedy sensation sweeping across the nation. Max Gillies and John Wood, Emily Tahini, these guys are good. In mono! At the Adelaide Festival Centre, you'll be glad you went to mono. Now, what's the show about? About 90 minutes, in and out. If it's laughter that you're after, you'll find no cast or dafter. Wood, Gillies and Tahini are the best you've ever seen in mono! From February 1st to 5th, you'll be sorry if you missed mono. Ring 131246, do it now to get your ticks to mono. It's good. It's got John Wood.
Electricity bill!
Bills shouldn't be scary. EcoVantage have supplied energy efficiency in homes for over 15 years. They can install hot water systems that use up to 80% less electricity than regular hot water systems. Help the environment while you save hundreds. And thanks to federal and SA government incentives, you could get your energy efficient hot water system supplied and installed for as little as no cost to you. Stop scary hot water bills with ecovantage.com.au.
Hi, I'm Anne. I work with St. Louis Home Care and I'm an enrolled nurse. I work as a client engagement coordinator.
St. Louis was started by my great-grandmother and now is one big happy family with lovely staff just like Anne.
The people that work for St. Louis are very loving and caring.
Whether it's gardening, meals, shopping, home maintenance or social activities, we help people stay at home for longer.
If you're interested, come and join us.
Google St. Louis Home Care today.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
19 after 5. Rowey and Timmy G, we are live in the TDU Village at Vic Square. It is absolutely pumping. Make sure you come down for a Friday evening feed or a drink or something with your friends and family. A wonderful place to be, and it's kind of a really good cycling vibe we've got at the minute.
Well, it is, no question about that. Everyone knows the Tour de Cure, and a World Without Cancer, yes please, in capital letters. The director and co-founder, we're blessed he joins us, Jeff Coombs. OAM, Jeff, welcome.
Thanks, guys. Great to be here.
Your first was 07. Mate, just give the people that have heard about Tour de Cure the nuts and bolts, the figures from 07 to where we are today. Because, mate, I'm proud of you, and I hope you're proud of yourself.
Definitely proud of our community. So in 07, we got a motley crew together. I think there was 28 of us, 25 riders and some support crew. And we said we're going to ride from Brisbane to Sydney. And we set a goal to try and raise $2 million in 4 years. And quite frankly, I was shitting myself. Sorry. That's a big number. But then continued, great people kept on joining us. The end of that third year, actually it was 2009, I was here at the Tour Down Under. We met Mark Beretta. Mark brought Channel 7 involved, so suddenly we had a national platform. Sponsors saw that we were keen and ambitious and always striving to do it. So at the end of that fourth year, we'd raised $3.8 million. Well on the way. Today, we're just shy, and we are $99 million.
Oh, wow.
$99 million.
My Lord.
So I think it just shows the power of people. Like when you bring good people together, you know, united by a vision of what we're trying to achieve. 16 years later, you know, COVID, we could have probably had it in 15 years, but, you know, it doesn't matter. We're here, we're raising funds, we're ambitious, and we're hitting big targets.
That gives me goosebumps.
It's a big number.
Because cancer affects every family. We have all got a cancer story, and I open with a World Without Cancer, yes please. Well, Jeff, we're a long way down the path because this money, all of this money goes towards the research and the cure for it. This year's event, tell us about it, the TD Cure. You call it TDC?
TDC, so yeah, the acronym Tour de Cure. But no, we have a number of events. We've got one coming up here in South Australia from the 2nd to the 4th of April. We do what we call our South Australian Discovery Tour, Discover a Cure. Work closely with the Flinders Foundation and UniSA, but that's a 3-day ride that anyone can join us. We've still got some spots available. So come and ride, and we do 3 days. We ride out to the Barossa, a couple of days in the Barossa, which is spectacular. You know, that's why we love here at Tour Down Under. But then we raise those funds, and then Flinders and UniSA purpose them towards some incredible research projects. So keeps the funds local, which is really nice. So we realised a number of years ago that was an important part for how we would grow as a national organisation. And yeah, this is the 5th or 6th year we've been doing it. Great sponsors like Collins of Adelaide, CMI. You know, we've been blessed to have great people that continue to invest in us, and that's how we've achieved.
Fantastic.
So, Jeff, when you get them in the Barossa, how do you get them out? Because it's very difficult to get those sort of characters out of there. Hey, I know that 3 days, but it's about 340k, so you're backing up each day around about that 110, 115k.
Yeah,
is that right?
It's a good number, you know, and it's not all in one shot, and we're not elite athletes. We are very, very Joe Normals. Yeah. But we'll ride 30, 50Ks. We do a lot with schools. We go and engage the school kids in a message around how to prevent cancer through a healthy lifestyle.
Excellent.
And then we do a lot with the corporate sector as well. So how do we engage with those communities to share that message and in turn raise those big funds?
So that's the Be Fit, Be Healthy, Be Happy program.
That's our message. Right. That's the kids piece, which I love. You know, as a parent of 3 kids, I want them to have a cancer-free future. And knowing the lifestyle choices can make that difference, that's what we're there.
And that's great testimony to you because you started that, and that's great. So people that are listening now, the Tour de Cure, how can we help? How can we contribute? How can we donate? Other than putting your hand up and be a part of the cure.
So for all your listeners, tomorrow on the Channel 7 network at 3 p.m, sorry, not competing, am I?
No.
3 p.m, we've got our documentary that kind of takes people on that journey of what we're doing. Right. Watch that. If we inspire you to get involved, look on the website, make a donation. You know, we are passionate about curing cancer, and we're going to do it.
Oh, well, great, man. Gee, Jeff, you're fit.
Yeah.
You're a fit looking. You still ride every morning at 4:30?
Not quite 4:30 so much anymore. Okay. Try, you know, my early days aren't there, but no. Look, it's riding with mates, and that's probably the trick. Like, it's good people that are in our community that we ride with.
I see the passion in your eyes. You keep that up. The Tour de Cure. Make sure you get on board and support. Hey, Jeff, thanks for your time.
Spot on. Thanks
Jeff.
Good man.
Cheers, mate.
Well done.
What a wonderful campaign. So you can donate, you can volunteer, join an event, fundraise, all at tourdecure.com.au. Just but while we get our next guest seated here live at the Tour Village, all out for 92 our Adelaide Strikers. Top scorer Adam Hose with 30 of 23 balls. He was the only one that really looked like he would get going. The rest of them all pretty much single digits. So all out 92. The Scorchers got a pretty easy one on their hands chasing this evening.
Well, we've rolled teams for 15.
We have.
Let's not bury them yet.
Our strikers need a big.
If you believe you receive, is that where you're going?
Well, in actual fact, I like that saying of yours.
Okay.
I think back in the studio, because we're live at the TDE
really about
Village,
Father Christmas,
we should
but-
play Can You Feel It? I can feel. I can feel us rolling them. All right, shut up, Stephen.
That'd be an
Reverse
absolute
jinx.
disaster.
Shut up, Stephen.
Hey, talking about the Tour de Cure, you need some accessories now and again just to help you out with things.
Yes.
You know, when you're on the bike and all the rest of it. I'm learning that as I'm, making my way to become a social rider.
No, you're not even that.
Not even that.
Not even that.
I'm not even that at this stage. But look, we've got an interesting. What's called Quad Lock, and to find more out about it, sponsorship manager Dom Story joins us now. Dom, give us a bit of an insight into what Quad Lock is and does.
Yes, thanks for having us, guys. So Quad Lock is it's a phone case mounting system. So we can basically offer the strongest and most secure mounting system for your bike, motorcycle, car.
How do the boys use them on the bikes? Look,
Well, Paddy Carpenter had one today, and he watched the movie all the way up Corkscrew.
No wonder why he went off.
Yeah. Basically what happened was in 2012, one of our co-founders needed to securely mount his phone to his handlebars when he was riding through Sydney, and there was nothing really that did the job. So he put to work and designed a system that basically evolved from that now. So we've got over 300 SKUs, different products. We've got different categories that we play in. We've got secure mounting systems for your push bike, obviously, which is why we're here at the Tour Down Under. Yeah. But we've gone into different categories now. We've got motorcycle mounts, which has evolved to be one of our biggest categories.
Motorcycles, cycles, cars as well?
Cars, boats.
Boats?
Yep, golf buggies.
He goes fishing a fair bit. He wouldn't mind his GPS being secured.
Absolutely.
Well, I tell you what, Dom, when we go to the break, you and I might need to have a chat.
Yeah.
But it is the lightest, strongest and most secure mounting system, and it is with hands-free and with Bluetooth and all that technology. Why would everyone not have one?
Exactly. No, exactly. And, we've had some great feedback this week about our products.
Yep.
We're now a global business selling in over 100 countries, but we're truly Australian. So we're based in Melbourne. Yeah. And it's available to the globe.
So all good bike stores, where do we pick
99 bikes, we've got 99 bikes.
Yeah. Good sponsors of ours.
Yeah. Otherwise, great, fantastic.
Yeah.
And also online. So we're quadlockcase.net is our global website, and you can buy in various countries around the world.
Dom, you're a star. Now, we've got a little giveaway, have we?
We do. What have we got? What have we got to give away?
So we had Chris Froome on the stand earlier this week, and he's one of our global ambassadors.
4-time.
Yeah. So got his signature on one of our Quadlock caps, so we can give away one of those. We've got a phone case for a phone, so whichever the winner's phone is, we can hook them up with a case for their particular phone.
Get on the Foodland Facebook, and I'm holding these up. So Chris Froome's a four-time Tour de France
Four-time Tour de France winner.
Gold medalist, Olympian, 4 times, British man. There they all are there. Get on the Foodland.
We've got an out front mount for the bike, and we've also got a windscreen dash mount for your car, so we can hook you up with a.
Well, that one goes on the boat. That might go in the old Skyrocket. That one. So how do we win them, Sam? What do we do?
So let's get you on the comp line. 8223 0055. If that's something that you'd like, we can give that away to you right now. First caller through 8223 0055. Dom, thank you for coming down.
Well done, Dom.
Thanks, gents. Thank
you
very much.
Thank you. Great product.
You can be found in the TDU Village as well, showing off all your great products. So wonderful work, Quadlock. It's 28 minutes after 5. We are here live at Vic Square, as you can hear in the TDU Village. I think Matt Keenan doing some of his best work on the stage here. You can come down and entertain yourself and your friends. Lots of food and booze around the place. Drink responsibly on a Friday night. Let's get to a break. Headlines coming up. Very shortly we're going to head to Melbourne. It is Mark Woodford who's going to join us next.
The 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G. 5AA Breakfast.
Michael Clark's public bust-up with his girlfriend, Jade Yarborough, in Noosa could cost him dearly. His lucrative commentary job during next month's Australian Test Tour of India is now in doubt.
Informing Adelaide.
I don't think I've seen a more Sydney story ever than this story. I know it happened in Noosa. The key actors are just your classic Sydney trendy halfwits, don't you think?
6 a.m. weekdays on 5AA.
Hi, it's Wayne from Wayne Phillips Kia. Are you looking for a match-winning deal on a new Kia? Then look no further than SA's #1 Kia dealership, Wayne Phillips Kia at Brunella. We're serving up a great selection of cars in stock, so get a smashing deal on new, demo and used cars. Meet our team and experience why we're South Australia's #1 Kia dealership and have been for the last 7 years. Your move. Don't buy a new car anywhere until you've seen us for the absolute best deal with great, friendly and professional service. Wayne Phillips Kia, Main South Road, Ranella.
This is Adelaide's 5AA.
David Bruce with the latest news headlines. South Australia will have an Indigenous voice to state parliament after gaining the support of the Greens. 2 Qantas flights have been forced back to Melbourne in the space of a few hours. Plenty of tributes from those in the music industry for David Crosby, who's passed away at the age of 81. And the Adelaide Strikers were all out for just 92 in their BBL game against the Perth Scorchers at Adelaide Oval this afternoon. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Collisions to look out for on the drive home. One at Prospect, Churchill Road at Gladstone Road, another at Ashford, Anzac Highway near Leader Streets, and Netherby, another smash, Fullerton Road near Kitchen Street. Seeing heavy delays there at the moment. Bedford Park, those works still happening on the Southern Expressway near Flinders Drive. Speed reduced and 2 lanes closed. And we've got cameras Angus Street in the city and Barnes Road at Lynn. Kids tend to outgrow, lose or be tough on school gear. That's why Big W has great back-to-school value and trusted quality to see them through the year. Big W, every day's a big day. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Mostly sunny tomorrow, 29 the top. Currently it's 22. More news at 6 and as it happens on 5AA.
Ray White, big name in real estate, but also the biggest name in business broking. What makes us big? Our people, like Brett Buckley and his team. MBA, lecturer and multi-time SA Business Broker of the Year. Brett doesn't just read a P&L, he feels it. If you're selling or expanding your business, Brett can take your business apart and find you more money. And we're not talking small change. Go on, touch base with Brett. Search Ray White Business Sales SA.
G'day, it's Eddie May here from NRG Solar. People buy a solar system to save money and do the right thing by the environment. So why would you buy a battery? Well, people buy a battery because they want independence from the grid. They don't want to be inconvenienced in the event of a blackout. And of course, protect themselves from future power rises. Now, electricity is going up, so whatever your needs are regarding solar and battery storage, you can rely on NRG Solar for the right solution. Visit nrgsolar.com.au.
I'm Felicity Harley and I host Healthyish, a podcast that helps Australians to make healthier decisions for the mind, body and soul. In 2022, we found out how to get a better night's sleep, live a life less distracted and what to eat for a healthier gut. We spoke to celebrities like Michelle Bridges, Jacinta Franklin, Kim Kardashian's PT and Lady Gaga's therapist. Every episode is under 10 minutes and for extra content, you can head over to our big sister podcast, Extra Healthyish. Search for Healthyish wherever you get your podcasts.
Come on in.
We open our doors to people we trust and care about. And for over 85 years, South Australians have been opening their doors to Rest Haven. In turn, we've been opening doors to an easier, better life at home. From personal care to help with the shopping and social outings, you'll welcome the care that Rest Haven brings.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
27 minutes to 6. We're live in Victoria Square in the TDU Village. Lots happening around us. Coming up very shortly, Tez is going to give us his tips for the weekend. We have some 36ers tickets to give away and lots of your calls. We've been doing moments that turn matches in sport. We'd love to have more of those come through. 8223 300 00. But now let's head to Melbourne.
Well, it's day 5 of the Aussie Open. Joining us, legend, Hall of Famer, I always say this, SA's very own Mark Woodford. Woody, Happy New Year. Welcome.
Guys, thank you. It's great to be alive and walking in the new year, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it is. But I like this time of the year because we get to speak to you.
Thanks. Yeah, no, I had a great couple of weeks back in Adelaide, and two excellent tournaments that were held down at the Drive in the spectacular new stadium, and now the circus has moved over here to Melbourne with the AO.
Yeah, it has. Let's start with Alexei Popyrin. What an effort. 2 5-setters in a row. I like this kid.
Good.
Okay.
Good for you.
Yeah, well, I don't like Kyrgios, but I like him. So there you go, Woody.
He's hard to please, Woody, let me tell you.
Geez, what a doubles partner he is.
Yeah.
No, look, Popyrin has... I think this is a turning period, a changing period in his career. A huge win against Taylor Fritz, who probably was one of those outside favourites for the title after Djokovic, and there's been an array of upsets already, but Taylor would have been one waiting in the wings. But Popyrin, the way his game is set up, it's almost identical to Taylor Fritz, and he did such a better job of using his strengths to end up winning that match. And you could see the emotion afterwards. It was a very tough 2022 for the young fella. And isn't it odd that he's won more matches and we haven't even finished the first month of this year, but he's already won more matches than what he did in all of last year.
Wow. Yeah, that explains the tough year. Hey, one thing, I watched him in the Adelaide International. I heard Roger Rashid, I think, was commentating, and he just said his footwork's got to improve. And this, I was actually watching the game, and you could see that he serves very good, but at times it's almost as if he takes a delay before those feet get moving. I think it's one thing that I've seen an improvement in Melbourne from Adelaide. Is that fair?
Yeah, it would be a fair comment. I actually got to call the match. Rash wasn't beside me calling the match. I think Rash might have got to do several matches of his afterwards. But that first round against Felix Auger-Aliassime was pretty impressive. And the big difference I've noticed for me looking at him is how he's handling himself on the court. Last year, on a number of occasions when I was watching his matches, he would panic. If things didn't go his way, he kind of got a little disgruntled. And at that level, when you're trying to play with the best out there, if you get down on yourself, you've got to push that reset button fairly quickly. And I think he would allow it to bother him for several games, and then too long, and then it just got too much, and he would check out mentally. And I also think probably for a few years when he arrived on the scene, I think he felt like things were just going to happen very easily and quickly for him. And that's probably the first mistake that we all make when we break onto the tour. Gee, this is going to be easy streets, and this is really great when the spotlight's on you. But it doesn't, unless you keep working and put your head down. You do have to go through, the roller coaster ride. He has been on a bit of a downturn for a year and a half, but it seems like he's rededicated himself, and I think that speaks loudly about his the patience and the belief. And now already in the papers this morning, over here they're saying that he can go very far in the tournament because he's in a nice section of the tour. But boy, I hope he just takes it one step at a time.
He's got American Ben Shelton next. Ben Narcy, 2 sets up, 2-0 up in the third. He was serving, and then I don't know what in God's name happened, but God, how was that?
The violation call. Good call, bad call.
Yeah. Well, did you guys stay up for it?
I did, and I was very frustrated. Yeah, I was
You stayed up all that time?
Yeah, I'm not feeling well.
I had to do the TDU,
so... I have to admit that I actually fell asleep right at the end of the fourth set. I was back here at the hotel. I'd been calling some other matches and keeping an eye on the progress of Tanafi. And when he got up 2-0, I hope that he didn't have the same feelings I did, because I was thinking, he's got this in straight sets. Andy Murray, is out of the tournament. But, and there's the problem. If you get too far ahead of yourself in these 5-set formats, if you're up 2-0, you've got to go to the finishing line. And Murray is one of the great fighters. I mean, he's a great champion. They never disappear out of these matches. And I think there was, that occasion with a little the violation, and as well as a rally. Tanasi had about 4 overhead smashes that he didn't put away, and Murray ended up winning the point. And they are the moments that swing the match right around. And but yeah, I fell asleep at 4th set because I wasn't feeling awfully optimistic for Tanasi, but that one's going to hurt.
It's going to burn, I reckon, for a long time, because he's definitely improved his game, and let's hope he can go further in tournaments to come. Alex De Minaur, I've never seen him so confident, I don't reckon, in the whole time I've seen him play. He's playing inspired, and the way he was just getting the crowd behind him, I just loved it.
It was a frenzied arena, John Cain Arena, I think they played on yesterday. And that began with Popperin's victory. Yes. He got the crowd into a frenzy, and then, asked for the crowd to stick around on it with his on-court interview. You've got one of the great warriors, Alex De Minaur, coming out afterwards, so stick around. He needs the support.
That was lovely, wasn't it?
It was fantastic. Those two they grew up together, and it's there's a stark difference in their height even now, and there was when they were little tackers. But with the crowd, I think there's a bit more assurance, I find, when De Minaur's out there. He's one of the quickest, if not the quickest player out on tour. He's got, a top shelf attitude on the court, and he's not an outward, personality. He keeps his head down. You can see he wears that hat, and he probably spends a bit of time looking at those shoelaces. But it's those, you have to go out and beat him. He never gives you a match. He hardly ever gives you any free points. And as well as what Mannarino was playing yesterday, I think I called that match for the BBC as well. To see Alex, grab at his quads when he went up a break in the 4th set, as if to say, Mannarino, I've got bigger, stronger quads than what you have. I think it was really pertinent to, just to the match, that he had a bit more ticker and belief than the Frenchman up the other end.
Woody, have a great call, have a great Australian Open, and as always, thanks for your time.
Who's your pick? Before we go, who's your pick? Tell me.
I'm going to go for Alexei Popperin. What are you laughing at?
That's a fair.
It's open up for him. He's only got to get around Andy Murray, and he could get into the final at least anyway.
Yeah. Look, the Joker always stands tall, but
he's in the other draw.
Yeah, but maybe it's Medvedev.
Yeah. He's lurking. He's lurking around, and he's dangerous. And of course, you can never discount Novak, but. We'll see what happens with Popperin and De Minaur in a couple of days, and hopefully they're still alive at the back end of the event.
Well done, Woody. Thanks for your time.
Cheers. Thanks, guys.
Mark Woodford live in Melbourne at the Australian Open. So there's lots happening tonight. Madison Keys takes on Victoria Azarenka on Rod Laver Arena, and then it's followed by Daniil Medvedev and Sebastian Korda, who's a very talented young player. 7:30 afterwards, so at Rod Laver. Lots of good tennis to come. But Kokkinakis last night, one of the great games of all time. A duration of 5 hours, 45 minutes, longest match in Murray's career. It was the second longest in Australian Open history. Can you remember back to the 2012 final? Yes. Novak Djokovic took on Rafa Nadal. That went for 6 minutes less than that one.
That was a massive
And then third latest finish to a tennis match all time, second in Oz Open history, Leighton Hewitt and Baghdadis.
That was the longest, was it?
That was the latest, 4:33 a.m.
Wow.
4:33 a.m. So
that's a long night out, isn't it?
Quite remarkable. Quick update from the Adelaide Oval. The Perth Scorchers are chasing 93 to win against our Strikers. They are 1 for 27 after just 3 overs.
No, we're in all sorts.
Yeah.
So what did I say? I said, obviously the 36ers lost yesterday. We love our 36ers.
They got beat. Yep.
Strikers look like they will lose. Yep. So it's all on
the Reds.
The Reds tonight.
Well, we did have a text.
Timmy, and you're there live.
Yes.
Because if they lose, I'm not in Monday.
You're going off? Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm not. No, Sam, you can laugh all you like.
I'd like to see it.
Sounds like a strike, but
that's a threat. But that's how confident I am.
What union are you in?
That's how confident I am the Reds will win tonight.
Okay, fair enough. But We actually got a text, and I'm just trying to find it. But
A Foodland text?
Yeah, it said, don't panic because the Adelaide Giants are killing it. It's not all doom and gloom in South Australia.
That's true. They
are absolutely nailing it.
But they weren't in the quaddie. They weren't in the quaddie.
Oh, fair enough. So
they should be in the
quaddie. Here we go. It's
right,
Fraser at Seacliff Park. Hey, Rowey, not all doom and gloom. Strikers, yes. 36ers, yes. They're struggling a bit. United, mid-range. The Giants in the ABL, home tonight, will get it done with a great win. One step closer to finals action. Come on, says Fraser. Great call.
So do I put them in the quaddie then?
Yeah, might as well.
Absolutely.
They're a better chance than all of our teams at the minute.
Okay.
Well, the Reds are doing well.
Well,
the Reds will do well.
Looks like I'm working Monday.
15 minutes to 6. We're going to get to some tips for the weekend very shortly from Terry McAuliffe. But first, let's check your traffic.
Collisions to look out from the drive home. What a Prospect, Churchill Road at Gladstone Road. Ashford, another crash. Anzac Highway near Leader Street. And Netherby, another smash. Fullerton Road near Kitchener Street. Findon Urgent Sewer Works, Crittenden Road near Birch Street. And we've got works on the Southern Expressway, Bedford Park happening. It's near Flinders Drive. Speeds reducing 2 lanes out of action. And we've got a camera at Gage Street, Tetfell. The King Summer Sale ends soon. Up to 50% off selected Australian Design Award-winning furniture. Sale ends soon. Visit the King Keswick showroom today. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Well, if you do want to head along to the Adelaide Entertainment Centre tomorrow night, Saturday night action against Melbourne United, our Adelaide 36ers are playing at home. 8223 We have a family pass, a quick quiz. I reckon you can get this one too. Give us a call. You'll be a chance to win that family pass next.
I have every other.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show. Keep an eye out for the 5AA Street Team out and about in the sleek and stylish Mazda BT50. From Gawler to Goolwa, Salisbury to Seaton, you can catch the team all over Adelaide. Check the 5AA socials to find out where they'll be next. They could be in a suburb near you. The 5AA Street Team on the road for Edwardstown Mazda. Buying your first Mazda, trading your old vehicle, or getting your car serviced. It's got to be Edwardstown Mazda. edwardstownmazda.com.au.
At Terrain Tamer, we've tried to take all the hard work out of four-wheel driving, so you can be an expert as well as an enthusiast. Our parts interpreters talk fluent four-wheel drive because we're talking with 40 years' experience. We've got all the four-wheel drive parts and accessories that you'll ever need, so you can toss them in the back for cheap insurance. When you're miles from the closest mechanic, you'll appreciate that advice. Terrain Tamer, we talk fluent four-wheel drive.
Ranella Mazda 2022 plate clearance is on now. Incredible deals across the entire range. And vehicles in stock ready for immediate delivery. Get in quick and don't miss the 2022 plate clearance. Only at Ranella Mazda.
LBD 322-736.
You don't have to head south to taste your way around McLaren Vale. Just head north to your pals. Sam and Jamie from Parafield Airport Liquor Store know every drop on the shelf. They can guide you through the McLaren Vale region all under one roof. Whether you're a weekend sommelier or just know you like reds, talk wine with your pals and they'll introduce you to their best McLaren Vale pals. Parafield Airport Liquor Store. Pals, next to Roulette's Tavern, Kings Road, Parafield.
At Orana, we believe everyone should live the life of their choice. That's why we create opportunities for people with disability to live as independently as possible. Our homes are safe, welcoming and above all supportive, where people can learn daily living skills, make friends and get more out of life. We support people with an NDIS plan for a short stay or in their forever home. For independent living, make your home with Orana. Visit oranaonline.com.au. Orana, creating opportunities.
Hi, I'm Anne. I work with St. Louis Home Care and I'm an enrolled nurse. I work as a client engagement coordinator.
St. Louis was started by my great-grandmother and now is one big happy family with lovely staff just like Anne.
The people that work for St. Louis are very loving and caring.
Whether it's gardening, meals, shopping, home maintenance or social activities, we help people stay at home for longer.
If you're interested, come and join us.
Google St. Louis Home Care today.
Sit down to the best schnitty in town and have the chance to win a Phil Hoffman $5,000 travel voucher. Yes, please. If you're hungry for a little getaway, head to the Birkenhead Tavern, the Albion, the Excelsior, the Lighthouse or the Sundowner in Whyalla. Order a schnitty and go in the draw to win a $5,000 travel voucher. Order a Han Super Dry with it and receive an extra entry. Order, eat, win. You just know it's a Barreau Hotel. Some T's and C's apply.
Experience is a must when it comes to covering the news. Together, Rosanna Mangiarelli and Will Goodings have the Experience Adelaide counts on. Join Rosanna and Will for 7 News, 6 o'clock on 7 and 7+.
With more stores close to home and everyday low prices, great food lives at Foodland, the mighty South Aussies.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
11 minutes to 6, we're live at Victoria Square at the Tour Down Under Village. It is a really nice setting if you want to come along for your Friday evening, something to do with some friends and family. A really nice spot. But, Timmy, we are giving away some tickets.
Absolutely we are. The NBL season continues.
Well, here's Timmy.
The Adelaide 36ers take on Melbourne United. It's this Saturday, and you can get your tickets. Michaela, by answering this question: who was the captain of the Adelaide 36ers when we last made the finals in 2017-2018? Michaela, who was the captain?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's not going to win it, Michaela.
That answer is incorrect.
Thank
you,
Michaela's gone. I was going to say, is she our 5AA Drive News?
No.
No.
Michaela's in Melbourne.
Comerica
Open.
is in Melbourne. Correct.
Michaela, I don't know.
Yeah.
And then hangs up.
That's all right. Fair enough.
This is a quiz.
Darren might know. G'day, Darren.
Hey, boys. How you going?
Good.
Come on, you'll get it right.
Do you know who the captain was?
I reckon it was Brett Maher.
No,
sorry, Darren.
I reckon he finished by 2017-18. So we'll go to... Yeah, sorry about that, Darren. We'll go to Sally.
Come on, Sally.
Evening, Sally. How are you?
Do you need a clue or you got it?
Good,
You
my
need
friend.
a clue or you got it?
Have you got the answer, you reckon?
A clue would be lovely.
Okay.
Well,
rhymes with
keys.
Yeah.
Brendan Tees.
Yeah.
Oh, well done. Congratulations, Sally. They unfortunately lost that series to Melbourne United 3-2, but you got
They
that
did.
right. You're a winner, Sally.
Do you know what, Sally? I'm glad you weren't a lay down, Sally, on that one. Well done.
Nah, not.
Fantastic.
Well done, like
Thank you
Michaela.
so much.
Good on you, mate. Well,
Well,
Sally.
hang on, everyone's looking at it. You remember that, the rower that laid
Oh,
down
yeah,
in the
yeah, remember it
eights?
well. It was
In the Olympics, she was the old lay down Sally.
That was a turning point moment, no doubt about that.
Yeah,
well, it was for her because she never competed for Australia again.
That's
We're
it.
taking calls on that earlier. Moments that turn matches.
Yeah.
We have a $50 Powers voucher. We're going to take some more calls in a moment because there's lots of great ones. What were some of the ones you had earlier in the show? There was
Well, it
one,
was on the back of Thanasi Kokonakis, 2 sets.
Bad call.
And up in the third,
the violation.
there was a bad call, and he just didn't
turned the
recover,
game.
and it was a bit of choky. Timmy came up with a couple.
Well, you
Monfils,
came up with a couple.
Monfils' right-hand goal.
Yeah. You
Scotty Hodges, the great Scotty Hodges.
Correct.
Kicking my mighty Nord.
Herschel Gibb dropping
Herschel
the World
Gibb
Cup.
dropping the World Cup. Well, let's see if Russell's got one. Hello, Russ from Blakeview.
Good afternoon, gents. How are you? This is one coming out of the archives.
Oh, yeah.
It's the 1970 VFL Grand Final, Collingwood and Carlton.
Yes.
Collingwood were up 10-10 to 5-5 at half-time. Barras made a major move and brought in a little blonde bombshell called by the name of Teddy Hopkins.
Right.
And turned the game around and they won.
That was it, yes. Well, did kick 5 in the end? Was it something
Yes, he
ridiculous
did.
like that?
Yes, he did. Brought him in at half-time and turned the game around and just added another one to the Collingwood woes.
Yeah, that's when a coach has a massive impact. Well played, Russ.
This isn't Leith Forrest with putting on a voice,
It might have
is it?
been, yeah. It might have been, actually.
We hear Leith at nights. He's doing a great job. Hello, Adam from Seaford Heights.
How you going, boys? Just wanted to say, was down at the Port Open training session. Great turnout today. Just a big thumbs up, and just so good of all the boys afterwards to just get around, sign all the kids' autographs. I took my beautiful 12-week-old daughter Hazel down for her first training session.
Well played.
And Charlie Dixon had all the time in the world, was talking to her and posed for a picture, and yeah, just what a great day.
He would have fitted her in one hand, wouldn't he?
Well, Adam.
He did.
Adam, if we wanted a roving reporter, we would have got you on. Tell someone
I
who
love it.
cares,
Well played,
mate.
Adam. I love that report. Thank you.
They've got another open training next Friday
Next
as well.
Friday
Port
again.
Adelaide fans.
Tell someone who cares, Timmy.
Exactly. Okay, we got another moment with David. G'day, David.
G'day, boys. Look, I'm not going to give you too many clues because we're going to pick this one up straight away. But
Okay.
before I start, Timmy, I'll see you at the Woodville High School reunion dinner later in the year.
Beautiful, Dave.
1974, and it was the 8th round. Can you pick it? And we're in Zaire.
8th round?
Oh, Rumble in the Jungle.
1974.
Rumble in the Jungle.
By Foreman.
Yes.
And in the 8th round, about 2/3 of the way in, he got off the rope, took the moment. All happened in a couple of seconds. Quick exchange, and Ali was the world champion for the second time at 32, I think, and Foreman 25.
Didn't they call that the
rope-a-dope?
The rope-a-dope.
Rope-a-dope.
or the
great
Rumble
one,
in the
Dave.
Jungle.
Yeah, straight on the well
That's
played.
a ripper. Thanks for reminiscing.
Great
I like
documentary
those
on
ones.
that too.
Yeah.
Ali Boumbaye.
Ali Boumbaye.
Yeah.
What does Boumbaye mean?
Can't remember. Champion, maybe?
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, Timmy, you might have to Google that.
Yeah.
Hello, Paul.
G'day, guys. How are you?
Excellent.
We're having fun down at the TDU. Get down here, Paul. It's great.
Get down there.
Oh, we'll care factor deal.
1997.
Paul gave us a care factor deal. Come on, Paul.
Well, he wants to tell us about 97.
All right.
Sorry, guys. 1997. Who can recall good old Peter Hall running onto the pitch when Australia was playing against Iran? That changed the whole concept of that game.
It did too. What a pest he
Yeah,
was.
didn't he cut down the net or something stupid like that?
Cut down the net, and Australia were all over Iran at that time, and I think we missed qualifications because of that.
And didn't he run onto the Melbourne Cup, onto the course as they're coming down the
He ran on
straight?
the track. He ran on the track as well. Yeah.
Where is he, Paul? Is he dead?
Wow. Wouldn't say that.
Oh, we dumped that. Did you dump that?
Yeah.
Is he deceased? Is he pushing up daisies?
Yeah. Look,
What a pest he was.
He was a massive pest.
Did you dump that again,
thanks,
Sam?
Paul.
I didn't touch anything.
Oh, yeah, no, you can't
Just
touch anything.
on the text as well, we're
Jeez.
hearing Ali Boumbaye.
Means what?
Yeah.
Ali kill him.
Oh,
So that's what the
way.
crowd were calling. Yeah.
Ali
wow.
kill
It's
him.
unbelievable.
Unreal. Well, I tell you what.
I
it
met
was
George Foreman with Barry Ian in New York.
Yeah, he's a gentleman.
When he brought out his grill,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
loveliest man God put on earth.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of
Amazing
them, but he's one of them.
Yeah.
Oh, I was the biggest hands. I mean,
Oh,
if that
massive
hand
man.
hit you in the mush,
Yeah, he was a bit inexperienced, and he talks about that fight. And he said it took him a long time to actually recover from it because he was just tactically outdone by Ali. He just held on the rope, knew it was going to be hot and humid. Once he was exhausted, he went, here we go, bang, knocked him over.
Good night, nurse.
Amazing.
Smartest fight ever.
Lots of great reminiscing during the show.
Brilliant.
We are out of time, though, however. It's been a very nice afternoon here at the TDU Village.
Well, it has
Thank
been.
you.
Thanks for the invite, TDU.
Yeah.
It's been fantastic. You can still come along. We have to disappear. We've got a few more interviews to get through before we get to Nettie's fishing show at 6:30, Rowey, so we'll be doing that very shortly. But time for the 6 o'clock news with David Bruce.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
What if your next holiday was always parked just outside the front door? Dave Benson Caravans sell your next holiday.